Hi, I'm Julie, and today I am going to be talking about the career profile of a school psychologist. The organization that I am going to be referring to is a position at Legacy Traditional School, which is a public charter school here in Tucson, Arizona, on the northwest side of town. And the school psychologist who is there now, I briefly talked to just because I've met with her regarding our son, and so little filler areas that I needed to ask, she helped me. Otherwise, I did go onto the internet and get some of my information. She had, as part of a work environment, I did ask her about that, and it is somewhat of a large, not a huge corporation, but it's for the whole school. And so she's dealing with a lot of teachers at the school. And actually, this is the first year that Legacy Traditional has had a full-time school psychologist. Before, there was one psychologist for the whole district. I'm wanting to say there's about 6 schools that they would travel around. Tucson wasn't big enough, and so finally it got big enough that they have now a full-time school psychologist. But some schools, if they're smaller, it's a part-time, or they're sharing it amongst other schools. So we're very lucky to have her as a full-time school psychologist at the school now. Work hours, depending on meetings with parents, usually it's about 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. I know they try to help families that maybe need to work later, so they have a later time maybe. But the norm is 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And a lot goes on during the day, from evaluations to observing students in the classroom to see if they even qualify for testing. So first thing they do is they evaluate them in class after talking to the teacher and parents, and trying to decide if they've done everything they can in the classroom before she needs to go in and observe. She does also work closely with the speech pathologist, and they together, and of course along with special ed teachers, work together to figure out what best needs to happen with preparing the children for education. Not a lot of free time then during the day, as she's hopping classroom to classroom, and a lot of phone calls. I know she does have a secretary or an assistant that helps her with a lot of the phone calls and the paperwork, but still sometimes she's making those phone calls also. Typical stressors is just juggling everything. Like I mentioned before, sitting in the classroom and observing, and then meeting with a parent, and then making sure that the proper tests are taken, and documentation, and making sure that everything is signed, and sometimes the rules change, and or new policies come about, or laws, and a new piece of paperwork has to be signed. I know a new one now for dyslexia or ADHD. Not only does the person testing have to sign, but actually a medical doctor now has to sign. So that was something new that the school had to make sure that the doctor signed before any help was given. And then another thing with that was parents taking too long to turn in that information, as they're wanting to get the children the help that they need, but by law they have to have that information or that document signed by their physician, their pediatrician. Some typical benefits is that health insurance is provided and a retirement provided for her. And then common job tasks is just creating a happy environment for these children. They're young, and this is the school that she's at is from kindergarten to 8th grade. So it's a range of different ages, and being that she's also dealing with middle school, just the adolescence of just the change as they're now becoming older youth, and being that support to them, the ones that are having difficulties. So it's a wide range from self-esteem that she deals with, from children that are having problems academically, to abuse in the home. That's a hard one, but it's basically also making it that the learning environment is a safe and good experience for the kids, and that she gets them to the places they need to go in order to have that special ed if needed. And educational requirements, I didn't have a chance to ask her about that, but I did go online looking, and a master's degree is required, along with a 3-year program which includes 60 hours of coursework in education and psychology, plus 1,200 hours of internship, and then also passing score on the Praxis 2 exam in school psychology is required. The starting salary is $6,700, and then experience can go up to 88. Actually, the median, I'm sorry, is the 67. That's not starting, and the experience would be 88,000. And miscellaneous career information is school psychology is a branch of psychology that concentrates on students and how to help them make the best of their education, kind of like how I had mentioned before. This area of psychology focuses not only on the students' academics, but also social, behavioral, emotional, and physical factors that might also influence their education. Like I had mentioned, she had said that there's behavioral, there's social, and being that she's in a school where there's such a wide range of age, from 5 to going on graduating from 8th grade, that is a range of different personalities. So that is a big influence on their education. And I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you.